Welcome guys to our review of Insaniquarium, a quirky game where fish and aliens are combined through chaos. But the real question is this game actually fun? So in this video, we'll take a deep dive into what makes this game tick. We'll be covering the game mechanics, its game story, the character design, as well as the difficulty of the game. We'll also highlight the highs and lows of this game, and in the end, we will give our final verdict. So stick around because things are about to get wild. So let's talk about the game's storyline. Well, unfortunately, I think this is the key point in which Insaniquarium falls a bit short. I mean, the entire story of the game is that you own a tank full of fishes and aliens attack you, which you have to defend until you buy eggs. Well, that's it. Pretty short, simple. You just feed your fishes and attack aliens, buy some eggs in the process, and hatch some pets who help you fight those aliens. And well, there is a boss, spoiler alert, at the end. However, the story is not that deep or immersive to have any sort of emotional attachment with the game. In my opinion, having a little bit more of a storyline would have been so much more interesting. But I have to say that even though this game has so little lore, it is for some reason so captivating. I mean, we don't do much things, we just feed those fishes, but for some reason those fishes feel so close. I mean, those aliens, it feels like we have to defend against those aliens. There's something about this game that really draws you in even with a minimal storyline, and I believe that it is the simplicity that makes it so satisfying. Therefore, even though this game does not have much of a storyline, it is just too fun seeing those fishes grow, the aliens being destroyed, and thus I gave it a solid 80 out of 100 in the fun rating. This is one of the cases where little is more. The chaotic and fast-paced gameplay is definitely where the fun shines. Managing a tank of fish while collecting coins, fending off aliens, just keeps you on your toes. You're constantly multitasking, feeding fishes, upgrading your weapons and food, and you are fending off aliens. But let's break it down more. The game mechanism is quite simple, as there are no complex controls, skills to be learned, or basically any other challenging aspect. In this game, we just have to click to complete every task within the game. You feed a fish, just click. You collect coins, just click. You want to upgrade, just click. In fact, I think this game resembles an idle clicker game more than a resource management game. And because the upgrades are also constant throughout the game, the food upgrades are the same, the weapon upgrades are the same, and it is always the same 3 eggs that you have to buy, there is little room for strategizing and making the game more interesting. One of the most enjoyable aspects is how quickly things can spiral out of control in this game. I mean, in the beginning you just have 1 or 2 fishes, you are feeding them, and in no time you just have a tank filled with fishes. You are collecting coins everywhere and it feels amazing in the best way possible. It's a very satisfying loop that just keeps you on your toes throughout the game. But it is quite easy to fall into that same repetitive loop after a while of just feeding, collecting and buying eggs, and this really hurts the replay value because there's not many new things to do within the game, and because of that this game gets a respectable 50 in the replayable rating. So in terms of difficulty, this game is not that challenging. I mean, there are only 4 tanks and you can complete them pretty easily. The biggest issue that you're gonna face while playing this game is how to stop your fingers from falling off because of all the clicking that you have to do. But the game is in fact so easy that even if you don't get any upgrades, you can still complete them relatively easily. It's just gonna take a bit more time, but you can complete it. And the pets that are in this game are, how should I say, a bit overpowered. They can help you complete this already easy game even faster, and since they do not have any downsides of using them, if you want an interesting game, maybe don't use the pets because they are just too good and they make this already easy game even easier. If you do decide to use them, just stay away from Gumbo. That dude sometimes work against you because he can just lure the fishes away from the aliens but towards their direction, and you just end up losing the entire game instantly. With 24 pets that you can unlock throughout the game, it does ensure a fairly challenging game to pick and balance the pets that you want so that you can have a unique experience every time. If you do get bored from the main game, there are also time trial and challenges which makes the game a bit more interesting and fun. There is also the virtual tank, and I think that is one of the most satisfying part of this game as well. You get to keep fishes and they will not die, they'll just give you money, you can collect them in your own free time, and they can be used as a screensaver, and it is pretty satisfying to just see them enjoy around. As a kid, I would do this all the time. I would go to school and my mom would make sure that the screensaver is up and running so that I would gain lots of cells when I return home. Overall, this game does not require a lot of skill to play. I mean, originally this game was designed for kids, but hey, we enjoy this game anyways. Therefore, I gave it 35 out of 100 on the skill rating. Now, let's talk about the presentation, its audio and visuals. Insaniquarium did not opt for a hyper-realistic view. Instead, it aims for a more quirky and cartoonish style with its bright and vibrant colors, and that's totally fine. In fact, I think that is one of its most important charm. It looks stunning. Its colorful and cartoonish aesthetics work really well with the game design. Each of the fishes and pets have a separate, unique design which makes it easy to set them apart even in a lot of chaos that the game is frequently found in. As for the audio, it is equally satisfying. The sounds of the coins being collected, the pet sound, all of it is very pleasant to the ears. The sound also matches with the aliens because the sound ramps up when the alien arrives, which makes it interesting and adds a layer of excitement to the otherwise simple game. Because the game is a bit repetitive, the sound will also repeat within that time. Overall, the audio and visuals fit quite well with the game, and it provides a unique gameplay experience for newbie players and for the returning players alike. And for that, I give a solid 70 for the uniqueness of the game and a respectable 65 for how all of it fits together to present the story of the entire gameplay itself. To sum everything up, Insaniquarium is a really fun game. There are a lot of unique things, the gameplay is unique, the visuals are unique, and even though it is slightly repetitive, I would definitely recommend it. Because of that, for fun it gets 80, for replayability it gets 50, and since there is really no requirement for skills, I gave it a 35, and it is a very unique game, therefore it deserves a respectable 70. And finally, I believe that the audio visuals, the presentation, the mechanics really do fit into the story of us trying to defend our fishes from the aliens. Therefore, I gave it a solid 65 out of 100. And overall, Insaniquarium gets a B tier, and I would definitely recommend this game if you guys haven't played it already.